Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and people. Welcome to episode 11 of MNW In A Nutshell, which for the Warzone series is episode 6 for the show dated Saturday the 25th of September 2021 Pacific Daylight Time, hosted on twitch.tv/Dr. Caliban. For MNW In A Nutshell, your host is the MNW resident statistician and bookkeeper, Carla Bader of Victoria, Australia. Without further ado, let's go into the events of Saturday afternoon Warzone, 25th of September 2021 Pacific Daylight Time. Our first event of this Saturday afternoon Warzone is an in-ring promo from Grizzly Adams of the Murder Cave. He says that we should all know who Grizzly Adams is by now, that despite being MNW's greatest wrestler, he feels he does not get the respect he deserves. He is a number one contender, for goodness sake. He is main eventing Apocalypse against our retaining world champion Zarko Duo. And then other than the match with CK, why did I put CK in my notes? I know CK on Flashbang is Kuso Kale, but I have a little bit of a blank of who CK is in the Warzone perspective. Oh, that's it, the Citra King. Yes, we haven't heard from the Citra King for a while. So, other than Grizzly's match with Citra King, Grizzly Adams seems to have been nowhere else. So he had a talk with the brass. He wants a match with somebody who has held significant gold. And then the brass and Jerry Aldini, the general manager, agreed. So there will be a match later tonight. Grizzly Adams against a mystery opponent. And whoever it is, Grizzly says, they are going down. And this is followed by an audio promo from somebody we don't usually hear from. He was once a Warpgate Hardcore champion. This is Gorm of the Conquest Bloodline. Gorm realises something over the past few matches, that he hasn't been giving his all in the matches he has been in. He's been underestimating his opponents. He says he's been on one-on-ones or two-on-two tag team matches, and that the one-on-ones are not something he finds very challenging. He says deep down singles matches feel too easy, no matter how strong the opponent. This means that he holds back in those fights, and he would give a better show if he took those fights more seriously. He wants to reinvigorate his fighting spirit. Gorm says that to the newest 7 competitors of MNW, he's laying down a challenge. Are 7 of them good enough to take him down? They'll worry about that before worrying about winning this 8-man, last man standing challenge. And so what Gorm is really saying is that he wants to face them in a showcase match. So for the first match of Saturday afternoon, our staple Flashbang originated 8-man showcase match, eliminations, falls count anywhere, 7 pinfalls or submissions to a win. In order of rankings, we have High Voltage's Wonderball coming in 8th place. We have Nakama Worldwide's, protege, but now branching out and finding his own name, Power Surge, coming at rank 7. We have the man initiating the challenge himself, the Goliath of Conquest Bloodline, Gorm, coming in 6th place. So, not quite, mate. Maybe next time. And then we've got our Shark Man, Karkaradon, who faced Bartender for the Big Oof belt before. Karkaradon comes at rank 5. We have the returning Istanbul from the Turkish Delights coming in 4th place. Interesting to see Istanbul in this match. I wonder where he's going next, because, his brother Constantinople has already seemed to find himself in chained hell. And sadly, via social media, Constantinople says he doesn't even remember Istanbul. What? The turkeys have gone flying apart. Well, moving on, we have Flyboy Bell, the newfound lucha of the Bell Bros and 3rd of the 3 Kings, coming in rank 3. And then we have our Viva la Raza Latino B Buck Bumble coming in 2nd. a very well-liked character and a very deserving position. But this is beaten by VIP's The Doctor of Elbonomics, proving that not every week is a shit show, because the Doctor of Elbonomics got this showcase win with a pinfall. Next up, we've got another audio promo, first of all by VIP's Wilson Son of Will, aka Workrate Wilson. Workrate Wilson has stolen Juan's mask. It is like he said it would be. Juan has been a pain in the backside, and Workrate Wilson is tired of him constantly ducking a singles match. So Workrate Wilson is taking matters into his own hands. If Juan Chance wants the mask back, he'll have to have the match. Wilson needs closure, and he will get it by beating the crap out of Juan Chance's skull. He says he'll even make it a mask versus hair match. Wilson will make sure Juan has no chance at forgetting the embarrassment of Workrate Wilson. And then a response by Juan himself, the reporter going, Juan, where the hell did your mask go? And Juan replies, that son of a bleep! Wilson ripped the mask off when the cameras were pointed away from the ring. Why didn't Juan Chance chase after him? Juan says he had two options, which was to go after the disrespectful man or to help the rookie who Juan promised to tag with. Now that he has fulfilled one promise, which was helping the rookie, he has another one: to take on anybody who dares to disrespect him and humiliate him. Workrate Wilson won't be working much longer if Juan Chance gets his hands on him. And then next up we have yet another promo. This is an in-ring promo, starting off with the mysterious storyteller, who's in God knows what faction. I don't even know. He hasn't really presented himself with any tag teams. He's just been on his own. But then sometimes he's here with an alliance, sometimes he's there. Let's listen to his position in this promo. He says, a tale is being told of a glorious wrestler who had his whole life changed. All of a sudden, no glory, only a janitor. We might think this janitor is humble, but only the storyteller knows who he really is. He says, we have fought plenty, but this is the end. Now, why would he say that? Apparently, back in the days of the original MNW, there was a bit of a feud between storyteller and who the janitor once was, being Probanaga or Probate. I think it's Probanaga. So this Probanaga, now janitor, hears, what's going on, and he comes into the ring. The janitor says he never hid who he was, and that he was never ignoring his past, that this is a new chapter of his life. And the storyteller says, that's wonderful, but are you really a man among the people? Are you really the janitor? He is employed as a janitor. The janitor says that his fall from grace has opened his eyes. But storyteller wonders, what is it that the janitor is going to do? Is he just going to sit there and wallow, or is he going to find something better, more glorious? And the janitor says he doesn't need glory. He needs the people. When he sees somebody acting like a piece of garbage, he needs to go in there and he needs to take out that trash. He needs to be the man to get the job done. And then, are there any accusations in the storyteller's direction? Storyteller wonders. The janitor is open about who he is, but nobody knows the storyteller's role. He hides behind his passages and his riddle. And I forgot who says this. I think it's the storyteller. We should give people a new story, a better story. What the hell does he mean by that? Storyteller, I am the bookkeeper. I am supposed to know what's going on, but you bloody well confuse me. No, I cannot get around your riddles. I'm sorry. Can you please try and be more clear about your intentions? Okay, time to finish my biased ramblings. let's go on to the next event. We have our second singles match of the night. From a mysterious storyteller to now a HR complaint. Somebody is not happy with the way things are running. And so we see here we have Registered Anon, our HR person, going up against Callie, the boss of Omega Club. And in this match, we have Registered Anon winning against Callie with a pinfall. And then we have our third audio promo by The Beef of VIP, the grade A lister. The Beef says that even though others in VIP have spoken, he says he should too. Ozzy Turan, the leader, I guess, the Pharaoh, won't let anything stop him, and The Beef will always be behind him so that they can be on top of this promotion. But The Beef is so done with us gross, pathetic losers who are always wanting to jump them after one bad week. Well, hey, I praised Elba in the showcase match. But we're quick to forget that Devon cheated at Multivania. The Beef let that slide because Sam wanted to prove that he was better. And then The Beef is also pissed about getting screwed out of a title shot back when he pinned Helix Sucks. He says that every C-lister on this downgraded Aldini-run Warzone is starting with a side hustle. Are any of them here for any real reason? Perhaps not. What's the point? And VIP are the ones on a losing streak. Starting now, VIP will be running Warzone to the ground. Okay, Beef, just remember that I did congratulate the Doctor of Elbonomics for his showcase win before this promo was aired. But that's a story for another day. Our next event is the third match of the afternoon, one of the matches in the tag team tournament. Here we have Jack Abbott and Devon of Shoot Nation, the up-and-coming stars, facing Alpha Kong and Whitney Lee, mentor and, I guess, trainee. Can't think of a better word, but the Omega Club. And Shoot Nation really showing their tough stuff here. Jack Abbott picks up a win again, which was a surprise for everybody, including Jerry Aldini himself, against Omega Club, that is. And this sends them to round 4, aka the semi-finals of the tag team tournament. They just have one more opponent, but they are one step closer to facing the Toxic Wastelanders, Gorewheel and the Revenant for the tag team belts at, I would say, Apocalypse. And next up, we have another in-ring promo from the main hero of the Sentinels, Dave Man. He says that when Dave Man sees injustice, he has to step up and stamp it out as the hero of MNW. He has to be that line in the sand to stop the evil of the multiverse. And he says, does Ozzy Turan dare come out and insult the citizens of the multiverse? Dave Man disagrees with Ozzy's statements, and so he spoke to the brass about Ozzy's request with Apocalypse, the fact that Ozzy wants a match with somebody. And here he is. It'll be Dave Man versus Ozzy Turan at Apocalypse. Dave Man will stop his reign of terror before it even begins. And then we have our fourth match of the afternoon, a singles match against our budding space pirate, Yakiniku Party, and then the mad lad of London, Ginger Boy. So Ginger Boy wins that match against Yakiniku Party with a pinfall. But then what the hell, Ginger Boy? We have camera evidence on the actual broadcast stream, but then because we've got we don't have firing line, we can't replay that evidence. Unfortunately, I don't have the privacy patents to air the video footage, so you will just have to believe me when I say that Ginger Boy continued to bash Yakiniku Party even when the bell was up. Ginger Boy won the match, but he still wasn't happy. What the hell do you want, you mad lad, you ungrateful son of a... Okay, that's me being biased again, but, that wasn't very nice. What's wrong? Could you maybe explain in the subsequent weeks? I'd like to know. And then we've got another match, our fifth match, a singles match, which is a showing of Chained Hell's Constant Nightmare, Constantinople against our Gouda cheesy boy, Sir McCheese. Sir McCheese winning this match against Constantinople. But unlike the last one, which was a bit of a strange beatdown there, we had a shake of hands. Gratitude for, I guess, showing off the skills to each other. And then we have yet another match, another singles match. It was the match that was hinted at earlier in the night, how Grizzly Adams wanted somebody who had held gold and he was going to get a mystery opponent. This newly revealed mystery opponent is Fear Strikes, the Terror Angel, who has held the Nexus Titan Championship. I am not sure if he's held any other titles, but I know he's held the Nexus Titan, which is a pretty prestigious title in Warzone's books. And in this case, Grizzly Adams has won that match against Fear Strikes with a pinfall. And then next up, we have our fourth in-ring promo from the Dagran Dwarf, Dagaric. He says to shout for your Warpgate Hardcore Champion. I did forget to mention that Dagaric is our newly crowned Warpgate Hardcore Champion after he beat McMorgan the previous week. He says that Jerry Aldini, the general manager, told Dagaric he can face anybody he wants to at Apocalypse. And that is a precious gift. He has many names written into the Book of Grudges, but it's one of them that sticks out like a sore thumb, and that is Arkov, the bastard man who brought in the Inquisition, which was, I think, a couple of years ago in the MNW Warzone sequence. If you remember the Vacants, Tomasian Graves, all that kind of stuff. And the reason Dagaric's Arkov is also the reason that Dagaric spent months in prison. Is also the reason that Taiku died. Arkov, the Allfather, is the reason of so much suffering, and nobody has made him pay. Dagaric can make him pay, and even if Arkov doesn't want to, he has to, because Arkov, I've got news for you. You're booked. So you better come. Apocalypse, okay? Next up, we have an audio promo from 1/3 of Meme and 1/2 of the old Undisputed Future, R. Sawyer 3.6. He says, did Jerry Aldini thinks his prediction models were way off? No. The thing with the Outlaws was just a warning, not a prediction. And then he says that reverse psychology can piss people off. He says, think, Jerry, think. Now, how will Meme handle Chained Hell? Sawyer answers this question by saying, putting them both on ice with the blue screen from Malice and the Cyber Stunner from Sawyer himself, and then the tap or the pin. My notes say specifics, but yes. So Sawyer mentions the specific event of the Battleground event in 2020, and that there was a final 3 in the Royal Rumble of Sawyer, Hightower, and Zacho Duo. And who won that? That was Sawyer. And then Sawyer says to the Flame Revenant, you had your glory and you lost it. You were only useful for eliminating the Murder Cave from the tournament, and you get praise for that. But now, buy a clue. Meme will run them over. Literally, in Malice's case. And then Sawyer finishes by saying, you can bask in my shiny chromed ass plate and bask in the superior technology of Meme. And then we have the match to follow that, which is the second tag team tournament match of the night. It is the Flame Revenant and Hightower of Chained Hell versus Sawyer and Malice of Meme, accompanied by their faction leader, I guess, Zacho Duo. And in this case, Malice wins against Hightower, which I think the blue screen. And so this brings Meme to round 4, the semi-finals. So therefore, in the following week for the semi-finals of the tag team tournament, it will be Shoot Nation versus Meme, and either Shoot Nation or Meme will get to face the Toxic Wastelanders for the belts at Apocalypse. And then we have our last match of the afternoon, our 8th match, our main event, Raphael Sampson of the O-Lords versus Sparrow of the Sentinels. If we remember, these two were winners of a Fatal 4-Way match each, and those Fatal 4-Way matches were to decide who would eventually go on to face Bartender at Apocalypse for the Big Oof title. So in this case, Raphael Sampson won the match with a pinfall, so it'll be the big judge of the multiverse, Raphael Sampson, who will be facing Bartender for the Big Oof title at Apocalypse. And I must remind you, I haven't said it yet, Apocalypse is October the 9th, 2021, the time to be determined. So that brings us to the end of episode 6 of Warzone in a Nutshell. We now go on to our final statistics summary. The show length for Saturday, the 25th of September, 2021, Pacific Daylight Time. This show was 2 hours, 30 minutes and 40 seconds. We will now look at our segment breakdown. We had 8 matches, 8 promos, no backstage events, so that gives us a total of 16 events this Warzone, and if we subtract the 4 audio promos, that is a final tally of 12 totally produced events. This has been Carla Bader for MNW Warzone in a Nutshell. If you wish to catch the actual show, whether it's live or via the VOD, but catching it live, it is every Saturday at 1:00 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, unless something else is said in the MNW Discord. But otherwise, just trust me, it's on twitch.tv/Dr. Caliban. Another reminder that the pay-per-view MNW Apocalypse will be on Saturday, the 9th of October. I would say 1 p.m. unless otherwise specified. Once again, this has been Carla Bader for episode 6 of Warzone in a Nutshell. Wherever you are, have a great morning, afternoon, evening or night, and thank you.